Hey guys, it's Biff from Fearless Mods. Today we're going to do something a little bit more like I used to do in my earlier videos, and that's a little more of a how-to, a DIY on how to do something specific to the car that you might have. I've done it on the Harley, I've done it on the Titan, and now it's time to do it a little bit here on the STi. So in the last video you saw that we had the airbags almost complete with the exception of some of the connectors on the driver's airbag that were melted to the back of it. So I ordered the connectors. Got them pretty cheap from eBay. They're here. I'm going to go ahead and walk you through how to do that on the driver's airbag.
Alright, so the first thing we've done is gone ahead and disconnected the battery. I did that last night. I've read that a couple hours is kind of what you're looking for to ensure that it's had time to discharge. One thing you can do is touch the two ends together a little bit as well to help discharge anything that's in the system, but clearly it's not connected. This is the new airbag and center piece for the steering wheel. It's just popped in so that I can show you once again how to take this out. Now last time I showed you quickly in the video how to get after this, but it's a little bit harder when it's not blown because you're really searching around in here. But as you recall, so if I have it upside down right here and straight up and down, so essentially one of the connectors that I'm going for, the little wire piece that goes in here. Let me see if I can get this out of the way. One of the little wire clips I'm trying to push out of the way is right here. One's here and one is down here. So the first thing to do is just find these holes, and rather than just shooting straight in, you got to kind of come towards the front to find that clip. So let's see what we can do here on this one. It takes a little bit of trial and error, so this might take me a little while. Okay, that one was pretty easy. It's kind of to the right side. I just went straight down and caught it right there, and then you can hear me clicking off of it. So it's not really that far back. I mean, just in front of my dash. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn this so that I can get access to this hole here. And actually, I don't want to turn too much because I'm going to need to be able to get the screwdriver coming straight in at it a little bit more than you would think here. So there's like a little embossment there that's almost like a bolt that I'll show you once I get it off. Let's see, let me try this side here. Let's see if I can get a little better angle on it. Again, I'm just shooting for just to the top edge of this here on each side, but I'm coming really stabbing in from way back in there. There we go. So got that one pretty much angled right into the corner. And then now let me see if I can get this one, and you might be able to see this one a little better. Let me get the key out of the way. Maybe you'll be able to see it. Coming straight in at me. Feeling for that embossment. There's one side of it that's too high. Coming in on this side of it. Actually, maybe I do want to go on the high side of it. There we go. Just on the high side of it. See, I've turned my screwdriver, so I want to turn it back again so that the wedge is pointed at me. That way I can make sure that if I do get on the wire, I'm actually pushing against something and not just sliding over it. Okay, so that's like a post. I'm riding up and down the post. I can feel that. I think I want to go on the outside of it, just on the outside of it. Oh, there we go. So there it was. And again, I'm gonna show you. Here I was coming in. The hole is just behind this electrical connector, and I was trying to get maximum angle on it coming back in here, and here's why. So right here, if my screwdriver's coming in from the back and I was too far angled up this way, I was coming in on this side of this little embossment. You can see it's right there. So on the outside I was coming in too far down here. You can see the hole right down in there that I'm coming in through. But if I came in, more at an angle like this, I could just clear that, and then I'm trying to catch the end of that little wire there from behind there and then push it over. If I pushed it over, that releases right here from the airbag. So coming through that hole,
and being right above that, you can see I'm really having to angle forward, and even though I'm there, it's hard to get a hold of the end of that, but once you get it, you just ride along that and it pushes it over and out of the way. Takes a little bit of feeling around to get it, but there you go, airbag is out. Okay, so now that we have the old airbag out, what we want to do is, these are the melted connectors that we had to break off there that we're going to replace. Essentially, if you look, here's the two new connectors. So orange has a blue and a yellow wire, and black has a black and a red wire. So those are similar, and these are similar. The reason I say they're similar is because look, the way I just held that one up there. If you look at that, this is the back side of that connector that's melted, and the wires are switched. So I want to be sure that when I put them back in here, I actually swap them so that the blue that's coming from the car goes to the right side, just like it did here, and the yellow goes to the left side, just like it did here on the original ones coming from the car. Same thing if I look at the black ones and orient them the same way for where the clip would have gone had it not been destroyed when it came off of there. The black one would go on the right side where this red one is, and the red one would go on the left side where this black one is. But that's fine. My plan is to not use these wires. My plan is really just to use this housing and the metal connectors on the ends of these wires to replace this housing and the metal connectors that have been destroyed on this. So let's start with one of these. So you can see there's a little plastic clip around the end here. I'm going to go ahead and pry that to get that coming off of there like that. You can see how it has two little notches here that are trying to catch it. So as long as we get that coming off like that, we can split that apart, and there you go. So the next thing I'm going to have to do is get these pried open so I can get these metal pieces off, and then I'll be able to put the new stuff on there. There's two little tabs that wrap around right here. Try to get those bent out. Okay, so I get those bent out so the wire can come up out of that slot. And then the next one I got to get is probably even tighter than those two, are these two that are crimped in. I think what I might do is just take that off, as in right at the end of the wire, and then like with some side cuts here like this, and then that way I can start fresh with a little piece of with the wire right there. So let's go ahead and get this one off of here as well. There we go. Get that pulled up. Okay, so now I can pull this off. And I'll set it aside because it's probably different than the one that's in here, or maybe just slightly, but I'll probably just use the one that's in here. Alright, so here's where I don't want to mix up the order these are in, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and take out the yellow clip that's holding the pieces together on the front end, and then I will pull apart the back end again, just like on the other one. And more carefully pull that apart. I'm going to one at a time pull these out. I'm going to pull the yellow one out first and keep this side of those straight so I know where it goes. And so here's what I'm looking at here. Same thing, right? I want to get, but I don't want to destroy this one because this one is the one I want to use that connects to the pins on the airbag. So
Okay, so I got those two peeled back. Now, if I can do these without messing any of that up. So that's going to be the challenge, to get that pried apart without the wire in there. Now I'm hoping it'll go a little easier. So what I'm trying to do is just kind of pinch it down here in the corner, because I don't want that to be the point that comes apart, or that bends and breaks, and I'm just trying to drive this straight towards that. And okay, so we got this all opened up about 1/8 to 3/16 of an inch of stripping off the end here is what I'm looking for. So here what I do is I just kind of barely squeeze it in a little bit, not enough to cut through. Trying to get a little bit of a groove going so that then I can do that. And then do a little twist on it here. First, I'm going to put this back down on here. There we go. Let's get that back down on there. Twist. And let's get this in here. Okay, see how that's up in there? Right up where the crimping occurs. So first I'm going to come in from the side, get it going around that as much as possible, because that kind of closes up the gap. If I can get that good view of this for you. So that kind of closed up the gap there. And then now I'm going to come straight down on top of it. Like that. To make sure that I've got the good solid crimp. I'll get a little bit on each side. So each side is individually crimped down as good as possible. Like that. I haven't even tied in the anchors onto the sheathing. Just gave it a little tug to make sure that that was on there. So now same thing here. I'm going to give it a little from the side down here on the sheathing anchors. And then one at a time. That one, and then now that one. There we go. All right. Whew. There's the blue. Alright, so of course I wouldn't be Biff and this wouldn't be Fearless Mods if I didn't just stab the crap out of my finger. So, nice orange jabber straight up under the fingernail, but I got this off. Easier to do it over on the workbench where I got some stuff to push against, so I went with that route. And I said blue goes on the right and yellow on the left, so I'm just trying to get these angled as good as I can. Okay, it's on there. A little tug, feels good. Let's get the other ones on there. Make sure that it's anchored good. So 2 good connectors on there. Yellow will go on the left. So let's get this. Let's see if there's enough room to get this in here. And yellow on the left. Come on, blue. Come on, blue, cooperate with me. You're my boy, blue. There we go. Those are in there. Got that little baby down in there. So that all looks good, right? Then this will snap shut. And we will put the yellow clip back in. And there we go. New connector. Let's get the black one going. One clip and two clips. Pull them apart. So from the back, black will be on the right. And let's get these clips off. Get a good clean snip on it. There we go. That one's gone. And then let's do the same thing on the red one. Okay. Both of those. And I'm just going to leave that black thing on there this time since I realized that these new connectors don't have them. And I'm going to go ahead and strip off about 1/8 of an inch off the end of these. So that they're ready to go. Give them a little twist. Oh, let me get the little yellow plastic piece out. There we go. That'll help. And there we go. Open it up. It doesn't have the little insulator in there, but anyway. So black's going on the right. I'm going to go ahead and take the black one out first. So those are pretty soft. And these are kind of hard because the way they're kind of rolled in as they crimp. They're like rolled in like this onto the wire and crimp down like the point of a heart. So let's go get a look at how I would do this on the bench and see, with it being so soft on the metal, and you don't want to mangle these up or snap them. So let's go look at the bench and I'll show you. You can see I've already pried those apart. Now the objective is to try to push this pointer down into here, and you can see how much tighter those are. In fact, this one feels like probably the tightest of all, so it looks like I'm down in there. So I am just pulling the wire while I push on that, and so I can pull it out like that. Once I have that out, I'm just trying to get my needle nose down into the tip of that without bending it up drastically. Trying to find a happy spot where I can just kind of get in there so that I have a little something to push against here, like this, to drive down in there. Once I get that to drive down in there a little bit, I am giving it a little bit of bending, and there's a little bit of copper still in there, so I want to get that out. But I am bending it just a little bit. That's okay. I'll be able to straighten that out or keep it minimal. But what I'm going to do now is take this flat blade screwdriver and get down in here like this. Push down and then maybe kind of give it a little bit of a prying outward motion there to try to give that a little bit of bend. Because remember, I want to be able to take that and wrap that back around again. So I want that to have a little bit of substance to it. And then this one here, I come at from this side and do the same thing. And that gives a little something that I'll be able to wrap around and squeeze. Here, so we've got these pried back. Try to get in between both of those a little bit. Whoa, that one was super easy. So let's see now if I can get into this corner just a little bit. It's a little. Well, one did pretty good. Practically stabbed myself, but it did pretty good. So now, get down in here with that. That one already looks like it's opened up pretty good. Do a little bit of that. All right, so here are my two for this one. Let's go put them in. Black goes on the right, and I want these pointed down, so I want it like this. Where I'm going to crimp it is right there. In the heart of that, I'm going to come in from the sides first and give it a little squeeze. And now I'm going to come in and squeeze it flat on top. And then give each individual side a little squeeze to give it a little extra pressure in there. And maybe kind of replicate just a little bit of that heart-shaped pinch if I can. There we go. Give it a little tug. Feels good. Do the same thing here with the left and right sides of this. So there's the black one, which goes on the right, and then now we'll do the red one for the left, pointing the fitting in the same direction. Got it down in the trench, side to side, squeeze, and then the outer anchors onto the sheathing. There we go. Black on the right, red on the left. Let's get these down in here. We've got our little insulator in there to keep them apart. Everything sits down in there nice. Snap together, put the yellow piece in. And there we go. Alright, there's my two new connectors. So got our new airbag, and it's now just a matter of placing the connectors in. Orange one, I want to go ahead and make sure the yellow clips are pulled out. There we go, the locking mechanisms, if you will. And then slip them in. You can see the way that the clips have a little guide on them. So there we go with that one. And then same thing with the black one here. So I push them all the way in, make sure they're seated real good, then push the retaining clip in. And there you go. Got both of them properly secured. Last thing I've got left on there to do is take this grounding wire, probably for the horn, clip it onto this. There we go, much better. Make sure that's all seated. There we go, that's all in there. Lines up, none of the wires are crossing over in front of any of the holes. And now we're ready for the moment of truth to put the battery on, because we've got passenger airbag, driver airbag, knee airbag, both curtain airbags, and the new module. Not quite the moment of truth, actually. Let me plug the module in. There we go. Pull it straight back. Here's where I pulled that out, right? So I'm just going to get under here. There's a little plastic flap. I'm going to lift that up. Already have replaced the module. Slide that in until it's fully seated as good as I can, and then push feed this in until that latches. Alright, that is now in, and the plastic is not latched over the front of it. Let's get this back down here. Alright, I'm going to set you up and we'll do the moment of truth with the battery. Negative terminal and
Not only do we have the airbag light, but we get the warning up top. SRS airbag system.
All right, well, airbag's in, everything's hooked up, but the light's still on. All I can figure is that the seat belts, when I took out the device that fires the ball bearings into that, the secondary locking mechanism in addition to the inertia reel, those have airbag-like connectors on the outsides of those, one on each side. So all I can figure that it hasn't reset and made the airbag light go away is possibly that those are tripping the system since they haven't been changed. I'll have to do a little bit of research on that and see if there's a way to fool the system into thinking that those seatbelt actuators are still there. But at least until then, airbags are complete all the way around. All 5 of them we put in. The module is done. I can go ahead and put the center console back together and call the airbag piece of the STi build a wrap. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Again, please be sure to subscribe, number one. Number two, go to SubaruPartWholesale.com and give these guys at Liberty Auto Subaru some of your business. They've been really good to us here for this build. Helped us to get these airbags at a decent price, and we keep continuing to put orders in with them and do great things that we'll continue to show you here on this channel. I'm ready to drive it the way it looks right now. Guys, thanks for watching. I'm Biff. Take care.